An impressive looking blade, but nothing more. Would you hear my desire? To take this foul blade and use it to blot out the light forever. And now, after playing with our balls, it's the Dark Lord Ganondorf. We've fought him with his balls, we've fought him as a beast. Others have fought him when he's just a massive flame, and we fought him on horseback. Now it's time to fight him man on man, sword to sword. But first, I'm going to go have some fairies' tears, just to show that I'm the blessed one around here. I said it before and I'll say it again. Now, there are multiple ways to attack this guy. That's not one of them. In fact, now that I've gotten hit, I don't have my special attack. But there's multiple ways you can do this. For example, you can get around him, I believe, and just sort of hit him. And that's not very fun. You could also, I don't know, what would a general person think you could do to maybe fight off the Dark Lord? Oh, I know. How's about a fishing rod? Seriously, you can fight his puppet version with a bottle, and this version with a fishing rod. He gets so distracted by it, he looks around at it, that it leaves him open to attack. How lame is that though? Seriously. Now you might think you could just sort of hack and slash, and it's not very effective. I mean, I guess maybe with a couple attack you can be quite lucky. But what I like to do is something like this. You'll occasionally get, well maybe not that, you'll occasionally get the chance to take on a chance, as it says, or chance, or however you pronounce it. He'll dive towards you and you press A to fight back. I'm hoping he'll do it. Wow, that's actually a pretty smart move. Wait for me and then you just sort of stab. But no, that's not what I want to do. Might also interest you to know that the sword he's using is the sword that stabbed him back in the mirror's chamber. Come on, please chance me. He did it at the very beginning, and then he stopped. Just run towards me, please. No, you're not going to do it, are you? It's my favourite way to attack him. You just sort of attack him straight on, sword to sword, fighting one-on-one. It seems he doesn't want to. Come on. There we go. Now, you tap A and see who's faster. And then, after that, he's vulnerable. I love it, because it's just... I love the angle where it just suddenly, just the two of you cross together. But yeah, you can fight him with a fishing rod. And that's something that really breaks the immersion of how amazing this fight's supposed to be. Hey, here's a present, have a bomb. You don't seem to be all that bothered. Oh, that's a shame. Anything else you want to do? Maybe a chance? No, you're just going to come around and slice me. Fair enough, I can understand why you would want to. Well, while I'm here, I'm going to have my last fairy's tear. Because I like using all of my bottles in the final boss. Or at least, all that's left. Otherwise, I feel like I've wasted them. So there we go. I'm all souped up. Feel free to go for a chance. Oh, now I've lost my double attack as well. That's not very nice of you. Fine, I'll just hack and slash since you don't seem to want to do anything else. You never want a chance with me, so... No? Oh, come on. Come on, chance me! Fine, fine. There we go! Yes! The hero of Twilight defeats the Dark Lord Ganondorf. In fact, here, have some arrows while I'm at it. Phew! Apparently ducking is all that he needs to dodge. Even if I'm going for it, there we go, yeah, if I go for his feet, he'll actually jump. That's nice to know. Whoop whoop! Unfortunately, Zelda and the opponent can't do much else but watch. Seems he is vulnerable in the back, but good luck getting there. And he's not He's not vulnerable after every jump, or after every attack even. Which is a shame. Come on, chance me. Chance me, please. No, you're not gonna chance me. That's a shame, because it's my favourite way to attack him, because it's just such a cool angle. I love it, because it really shows in perspective that it's Link versus Ganondorf. It's not just two men fighting. You can see them slashing sword to sword, and it's an angle you don't really get anywhere else in the game. No one else fights you with both of your swords slashed against each other. But if it doesn't want to do anything else, I'll comply. Even though I'm actually not doing very well in this fight because I'm trying for everything else. There we go. That got me a few hits in. You know what? Fine. I'll go for the fishing rod. Be distracted, man. Be distracted. Even though that time you weren't. Oh. Seriously, how can you get outsmarted by a fishing rod? I don't know. But it happens. Oh. I was too busy having my fishing rod out to actually defend myself. That's funny. Anyway, after you've done enough of the fight, he'll start falling on his back. And when that happens at least, you can do the finishing move. And what is the finishing move? Why, it's none other than... Do not think this ends here. The history of light and shadow will be written in blood. There's the true Twilight Princess. What? Say something. Am I so beautiful that you've no words left? That's it. That was The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. And what happens when all of the darkness has been taken out of this world and everything's restored to its rightfulness? Well, the whole world gets a little bit happier. And this whole cutscene during these credits, it's going to be quite long because apparently they only want to show 5 or 6 people at once. They're going to show off how the world has changed across the whole place. So I just want to say, I thank every one of you even for watching this. I'm glad you could have joined me on this journey. And if you're showing up for the first time just to see the finale, hello! Feel free to stay. So, what happens, you may ask? Well, it seems not much because they're not showing the people, but they will show the people soon enough. I've really enjoyed this game. I love the adventure-y style of it, and it's just the fact that it's such a big open world, and it's one of the first big open world games I properly played that wasn't really linear. Like, you could say the Pikmin series is open world, and it is, and it's a lot to explore because you're such a tiny figure, but this place is bigger, and I don't know, just having a horse, and this was my first Zelda game as well, so it all just sort of came together well. I really, really enjoy this game. You can see all the kids meeting up. There's Ilya with them as well. And Russell's there as well. He's picking them up to take them home. So yeah. And the Gorons, of course, doing their wrestling. Sumo wrestling. I love it. The music's also really fitting because now it's all sort of more like triumphant and stuff. I love it. I really do. And I'm also looking forward to more stuff in 2015 because looking at all the new games coming out, they're all open world and massive. Like, you've got that new Xenoblade X game coming out, Final Fantasy, which looks massively open world with a car in there. The new Zelda U, that's like massively open world. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to stuff in 2015. It's gonna be a good year for gaming, I say. What's happening in Castletown? Everyone's doing the Mallow Mart dance. God, that family must be rich by now, huh? Wonder if they still have that water mill, or if they've upgraded somehow. I don't know. There's Colin. Got a sword and shield of his own. I do love hearing about stories after the story. Even if you don't play in it, it's lovely. There's Queen Rutella. Yeah. Now do be sure to stick around for the credits, because there is an after-credit scene. But for now, let's continue with the triumphant music. Are those Ukas flying, or is that just my imagination? No, that can't be Ukas flying. Ukas can't fly. What is that in the sky? Oh, I didn't see that. I don't know. It's interesting. So this is the point where I say what happens in my next Let's Play. Well, it's 2015 and most people have a New Year's resolution. And what I want to do is I want to tackle some new series. Like, I've done a few, and I've already completed the Pikmin series, for example. I've been sticking to the same series. Like, I've already done the Zelda series before. So this year is hopefully going to be filled with many new stuff. Hopefully. I've actually planned some other stuff before and then scrapped it a lot. I've scrapped a lot of projects lately, both on Daz Reviews and Daz Let's Plays. So hopefully we'll be seeing some new stuff this year. As for the actual next Let's Play, well, once again, I'm going to be doing 2 at once. Yeah. Hopefully that'll be done before my exams, because I'm then going to take off a little hiatus to prepare for them, because, you know, I got to be careful. And, a heart showed up for Yetta and Yetto. So what are those next 2 Let's Plays going to be? Well, I have 4 hints for you, and I'm not going to tell you which ones go to which game. But one is a Nintendo game, and one is not. One is a game that will teach us some new physics, and the other will be taking us to space. And now the children are going home. This game's beautiful, especially for its time. I can only imagine what Zelda Wii U is going to look like, and the HD, the dynamic lighting, and massive overworlds. Man, I'm really looking forward to the new games of this year. It's this year now, isn't it? Seems the child's finally arrived. Russell had better have been there, otherwise I'm going to smack him round the head. He wasn't! He wasn't! She literally had to give birth not by herself, but like in a village without her family. And now they've arrived. That's horrible! That's not happy! Okay, that's happy, but... Ugh. I knew I should have smacked him when I first knew he was out. And what's happening in Gerudo Desert? As far as I know, there aren't many characters there to look at, so I guess it's all going to be scenery, am I right? Yeah. Well, I like it. I really do. The scenery is so nice. The cinematography in this whole game is great. I think that's why this is my favourite Zelda as well. It's just so... cinematographic? I don't know. I like the natural feel of it, and I like when it's a little darker as well. Of course, don't get me wrong, I probably would like Skyward Sword as well, but, you know, I prefer this one. Well, I guess this is farewell, huh? Light and shadow can't mix, as we all know. But never forget that there's another world bound to this one. Shadow and light are two sides of the same coin. One cannot exist without the other. I now know the reason of the goddesses left the Mirror of Twilight in this world. They left it because it was their design that we should meet. Yes, that is what I believe. Zelda, your words are kind, and your heart is true. If all in Hyrule are like you, then maybe you'll do alright. Thank you. Well, the princess spoke truly. As long as that mirror's around, we could meet again. Does... See you later. So I guess we'll never know what Midna was gonna say. Although I think it's pretty obvious. Yeah. That's the one thing that's a shame with pretty much every Zelda game at the end. There's always that sad bit at the end where you have to say goodbye to your partner. Whether it's Navi flying off away, whether it's Midna disappearing back into the Twilight Realm, or whether it's Fi becoming the Master Sword and you have to leave her alone. Was it worth it? Nah, of course it was. It was Hyrule. It's also nice to see all the fairies and all the fairy fountains. That's the Cave of Ordeals for you, working for that at least. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this Let's Play as much as I have, because it's been a nice way to just escape from reality. Like, nothing too serious is happening in my real life, but it's just nice to just disappear into your own world sometime, you know? Especially when it's a nice, peaceful world like this one. Even though we've been fighting bad guys the whole time, it's nice. So now I think it's time to go back home, I guess. Back to where it all started. After saving Hyrule, it's time to have a nice, peaceful life. Who's Link's other half gonna be? Who knows? Where's Link gonna even go after this adventure? Does he really want a peaceful life after waiting all of these years? I mean, yeah, he's been to the Temple of Time. He's been thousands of years to the past before. Would a peaceful life really be that satisfactory for a guy who's been around the whole land and saved it? I don't know. I've also got to wonder, does the Master Sword get returned? That would be interesting to know. Apparently my answer's already been given. The Master Sword is back. And Link's gonna return as just an ordinary citizen, much like anyone else. In fact, it all starts back at the beginning again, with Fardo calling at us to herd the goats, I assume. Oh, is he at the window though? It seems not. I guess he's on the side with Ilya. And he's off to have another journey with Epona and himself. Who knows what other adventures follow and await him. A lot of games end with the hero running off into the distance going somewhere. I've got to wonder where they go, but I guess we'll never know. The end. Thanks for watching.